Have you ever wondered how top consultants can just walk into a super complex situation and make it all seem simple? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on their secret weapon. It's a whole toolkit of mental models designed to help you solve pretty much any problem with clarity and, confidence. So let's jump right in. We've all been there, haven't we? You're just staring down a project, and it feels like this huge, tangled mess of data, opinions, pulling you in every direction, and just a ton of dead ends. It's like you're lost in a maze, and you don't even have a map. It's totally overwhelming.
But here's the thing. The secret isn't just to gather more and more information. The real solution is actually about better thinking. It's all about learning how to create a really clear roadmap before you even take that first step into the maze.
Okay, so you ready to start taming some of that chaos? Let's dive right into the first part of our toolkit. This is where we lay the foundation for some really clear, powerful thinking.
So take a look at this. On one side, you've got what most of our brains look like when we start, a messy, chaotic brainstorm, right? And on the other, a clean, structured pyramid. That's the transformation we're going for. We're moving from total confusion to absolute clarity.
Now this right here introduces a tool that is an absolute game changer. It's called the Minto Pyramid Principle, and it's this super simple but incredibly powerful idea that basically flips communication totally on its head. See, instead of building up to your big conclusion at the end, you start with it, right up front.
And it's basically a three-step process. So, step 1, state your answer first. Just get right to the point. Step 2, group and summarize all the arguments that support that answer. And step 3, order all of those supporting ideas logically. When you do it this way, this simple technique makes your message so clear and direct, it's pretty much impossible to ignore. All right, so now we've got a framework for structuring our thinking. That's a great start. But let's add some real analytical firepower to our toolkit. How do we actually move from having a nice, clear structure to finding the right answers?
And you've probably seen this before, right? The SWOT analysis. It is an absolute classic, and for good reason. It's such a powerful tool because it gives you that 360-degree view of any situation. You get to see your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities out there, and the threats you need to watch out for. It helps you see the whole picture.
But, looking internally isn't enough. To really get ahead, you have to understand the entire battlefield you're playing on, and that is exactly where Porter's 5 Forces comes in. Think of it like this. It's your secret intelligence report on the whole industry. It helps you analyze the competitive landscape so you know exactly where you stand.
Okay, so you've structured your thinking, you've analyzed the problem. Now comes the final and honestly the most crucial step. How do you communicate your solution in a way that makes people not just listen, but actually, act on it?
I love this quote because it just absolutely nails it. Great professional communication isn't about using big words or perfect grammar. It's all about the clarity of your thought. And the great news is, if you've done the work in the first 2 parts of this toolkit, you're already most of the way there.
And something you have to think about is what your goal is. Are you trying to be the expert consultant who comes in with all the answers? Or are you more of a process consultant, the person who guides the client to find their own solution? Knowing which role to play is totally key to making a real impact. Because at the end of the day, a brilliant idea is just a dream unless you have a plan to make it happen. A super clear, simple next steps plan. That's the bridge from your vision to reality. You just identify the key actions, assign who's responsible, set some deadlines, and crucially, keep it simple. It's how you turn what if into what is.
So let's put it all together. We've just walked through this really powerful 3-part strategic toolkit. And with this, you're seriously equipped to take on pretty much any challenge that comes your way.
It really boils down to a simple but super powerful formula, right? First, you structure your thinking using things like Minto's pyramid. Then, you analyze the problem with tools like a SWOT analysis. And finally, you communicate the solution with a clear next steps plan. And look, this toolkit isn't just for consultants. It's for anyone who wants to make a real difference in their work.
So the real question is, what's your next move? Because with this toolkit in your back pocket, you're not just facing problems anymore, you're solving puzzles. The only question left is, which one are you going to solve first?